Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the extravagasmically exciting world of Minecraft. Let's pick a world, any world, and stop talking like a carnival barker, because it's ridiculous. Hello, I am Scott Sharkey, and I am here to teach you how to make your very own scale model of the Starship Enterprise. Now, I don't actually know why you would want one of those, or what you would do with it, but if you follow this handy step-by-step guide, you'll have your very own NCC 1701A. Now, to start off, this begins like any other Minecraft project. You must punch a tree. Punch it right to death. F them, they're trees, they deserve it. Now, you might also notice that in Minecraft, trees are unaffected by gravity. That's actually not normal. That's a budget problem, because we're in a recession. Thanks, Obama. Trees, his fault. Now, next, you will begin stacking your blocks and your trees in the shape of the Starship Enterprise. Now, I think you probably know how to do this part. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. If this were a cooking show, I would have one already prepared and waiting in the oven. I don't actually have an oven that big, but I did put one together earlier, right before the show. Kind of whipped it up, and there she is. Isn't that beautiful? I think you could probably pull this off in an hour or two. No, actually, this would take you probably weeks. And I'm lying, I didn't do this. This was done by a fellow by the name of Mozzie, and it's a absolutely terrifyingly accurate recreation of this beautiful beast. Now, yeah, I don't have time to do something like this. I'm unemployed, and I still don't have time for something like this. I actually have to do. Now, in the misspent days of my youth, I didn't have to do, and I actually memorized, I think, pretty much all of Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise. But that was long ago and far away, and I actually don't know how to get into this damn thing. I mean, presumably there are airlocks, but you know, I'm not even going to try to figure that out. So, here we are, after a little bit of high steel work, on the spine of the Enterprise, which is, covered in switches that presumably do f*** all. Okay, don't worry about those. There's a window into the ship. Let's climb up to the saucer here, which is the most interesting part of the ship. That's where the important people work. Yeah, here we go. There's a little dome, a little window, and presumably the bridge. Hey, a door! Hallelujah. Oh, don't mess with me, door. Here we are on the bridge. Look at that. This is where the tokens sit. And this is where I would sit if I were Captain Kirk, which I'm not. Actually, I am Dracula. Now, if Dracula had a starship, it probably wouldn't be quite like this. It would have torches in it, though. Now, this looks better with a sci-fi skin, but I just love the idea of the Enterprise with torches. And presumably, there is a turbo lift. Yes. Yeah, I actually remembered a little bit from the show. That goes to deck 3. I guess this is deck 3, if I can figure out how to get out of the door. Okay, how do I get down to the rest of the boat? Navigation and phaser control. Do the phasers actually work? How do I get downstairs? Secondary hull access. Here we go. Now we're talking. There were portraits of creepers on board the Enterprise. You just never saw them on the show. Crew barracks. Oh, come on. I don't care about the crew barracks. Showers and pool. There were showers? Oh, and apparently a swimming pool. Okay, I actually don't know what I'm doing. That would probably be a bad thing to do if you were actually in space. But we're not. You know what? Dynamite is kind of like alcohol, in that I think it causes more problems than it solves, but it is really fun. So that is my solution to this problem. Ugh. There we go. Now we're back outside. Let's check out the secondary hull, otherwise known as the engineering hull, I think. If I'm wrong, don't tell me. I don't really care. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, well. I had that coming. This is the engineering section's bakery. I get workshop. Okay. Well, they have ovens just in case they get a little snacky, I guess. And ooh, hey, that sure looks like a warp core to me. That's exactly what that is. Awesome. So we are one warp core breach from the end of this video. Now this is something you would only do as an act of desperation or if you were really bored. Oh yeah, that was good. Good night all.